Are we ready? You know, right, that sound vibration, whether it's or snapping, anything, breaks up the density in your field, in your tissue, and you're freaking worthy of that. And most of us were programmed to hold back, to make less noise instead of more. I love some good silence. But we need sound to stir the currents of our circulation. It sets us free. And I want freedom for you, baby. So we're going to do a third video for the heart. And just really cultivating, circulating the energy of happiness that is the energy of your heart of hearts, your heart center. Do you know, have I already mentioned this lately? I don't remember. That the thymus, the gland in the heart, is a hard booger by most people by age 14. So fucked. It's supposed to be squishy and soft, but we harden, we get rigid. And so if you've already heard that, I mean, let's just keep reminding each other that explains a lot of what's gone on in our lives. It explains a lot of what's been going on in the world. And it's not forever. I seem to remember talking about it recently now, picking and flicking boogers. Don't know where that was, though. Just stroking the central column of our energy bodies right now. Everything flows through your tubular vessel. It's meant to be continuously recycling energy, this toroidal field. And that toroidal field is, the health of your toroidal field is going to be reflecting the health of your thymus, because the thymus is like this center part of your center, energy center, which is the heart. There's the throat, the third eye, the crown, your solar plexus, sacral, and root. So there's 3 above, 3 below, or we can extend further. There's also the soul chakra, the soul star, earth star below, the feet, the hands. Either way, it's balanced. So the heart is the center of everything. And then you have this heart of hearts, which is this golden place. Nothing can touch it. Nothing can destroy it. But things can bury it, as we've been talking about. Moving energy takes attention and presence. It's pretty simple, but things can feel really complicated, which is why I love DCFO. DCFO is a framework for accessing your inner knowing of the simplicity at the center of all complexity. You want to turn your thymus back on. You want to turn yourself on to life in like full-blown capacity, full-blown pleasure, which doesn't mean you're bypassing any of the other feelings. It means you're just happy to feel them. because you understand that to be online, they have to pass all the way through. So we plug into source all the way up. I don't care what words you use. God, the center point of existence, heaven, universe, void, point of all creation. I am an irrevocable part of you, and I access I choose my acknowledgement of this truth so that I can feel easier about it and life, because we then have this open pathway back and forth, as opposed to all these beliefs and doubts and stuck between us. I'm talking about me, you, and source. May that pathway be open. Instantly, the heart, the load on the heart is lightened, because we're tapping into this place of massive circulation, and it can feel overwhelming. We can feel really high. We can feel fried by the amount of, we can say, spiritual energy. But it's just pure life force energy. It's REIKI, it's unconditional love, it's approval, it's acceptance, it's mysteriously, infinitely available life force. And you're worthy of as much of it as you can withstand in your own system. And you are worthy of plugging into the earth so that you can withstand more and more of it, because the earth is going to recycle all the excess charge, and the fresh incoming of life force is going to bring flow, and it's going to pick up old stagnant charge, and then you need to, the words that came to me were shit it out, but it doesn't have to be that vulgar or messy or smelly or gross. It can be really simple, really fast, really efficient, really lovely. Give everything to the earth. The earth is our hungry mother, eager to take care of us, and it is maybe the only mother that doesn't get off track from her own well-being by taking on all of your charge. I mean, as mothers, I'm a mother, we go through a period of needing to be that caregiver, where if we were in our best state, healthiest state, we would be really actively co-regulating, breeding permission in our children for the open, excellent toroidal field, for the healthy, happy thymus beyond childhood. You know, it's very sad and boogery by 14, because stuff started stacking up and getting stored in the system before that, building rigidity because the flow got shut down because of the stuck stuff. And that happens to most of us because we're reflecting with caregivers and environments who have that going on in their system, because that was their experience in childhood, and then their heart gland was a hard booger, and they continued in the rigidity, doing their best to be responsible and to be good people. Our heart doesn't need us to be good people. We're not good. We're not bad either. You know, there's no blame or shame in saying most of us had hard boogers as heart glands by puberty, because of our parents and then because of their parents. It's not like, ugh, shedding the blame. It's just like, that's the factual, energetic reality of our lineages and of the overwhelming story being told on Earth still at this time. And we have the power to rewrite, to reclaim, to rewire, to shed the layers of rigidity, hard, boogery, crunchy stagnancy, and be freaking deeply, deeply happy. And by happy, I mean like, yes, feeling golden happiness. And that comes easy through circulation, through discharge and circulation. Happiness is being anchored in your authentic flexibility and openness so that you are available in the moment, so that you are present, so that your quality attention is enabling quality connection inwards and outwards. And it becomes easier and easier in this discharge and circulation for flexibility and openness to be anchored in authentic innocence. Not this glorified goodness of manipulating people's opinions to hold you in a story of goodness. Obliterating all of that in my imaginal mind right now. Frankly, I have hated living in it. It's been really hurty and disgusting. And yeah, does it kind of suck to face the things we feel ashamed of and the guilt and the grief? Like, yeah. But to face it means letting go, letting gravity slurp the density, and we can't be related and attached to those feelings or stories if we want to let the heaviness, the density recycle through us, from us, all the way, so that we can be lighthearted, a lightness of being, which allows that innocent radiance, the authentic expression, which is perfection, which is the most accessible perfection on earth. But that doesn't mean you're perfect, doesn't mean you're not foot in your mouth or making mistakes. But where you don't hate yourself or shame yourself for any of that, you bounce back. You got this youthful resiliency that is your authentic nature, that is soulful reality, and the body responds to that. The body is then allowed to be healthy and thriving. Because the question is, how much do you want it? And can you admit your existentially kinky attachment to wanting things that aren't that? Whether consciously or subconsciously, we have these existentially kinky attachments. Having is evidence of wanting. Which isn't to shame anyone. It's to say that whatever you're experiencing, there is at least some little sliver of you that desires that thing, whether it's for belonging or your soul path need for understanding the experiential thing, or because there's simply attachment there, which is maybe the same thing as belonging, because you've grown comfortable, familiar, because you don't even know it's there, so you don't know that you don't want it. But you think that you don't want it, because you're focused on wanting something else that seems the opposite of that. But it's still lingering, and it's still got this magnetic frequency attracting this thing that you think that you don't want, but this part is like, I wanted it. And so we have to get better at listening. And listening is easy when the heart field coherence is on, when the toroidal field is flowing. And yes, we have to face all those little sneaky attachments to allow the full flow to come back online. But as we say yes, yes, yes to flow, we start clearing the distractions and the stuck stuff. And so hearing the different parts of us with so much compassion, with so like, oh my God, you're cute, you make so much sense, you're adorable, you're still going to get integrated, you're not allowed to run the show the way that you have been, even though you're just a tiny sliver. You're potent, you matter. Imagine you could speak to all of your parts like that. You matter. Even though you're not getting rid of it by integrating it. You're saying, you matter so much. I want you to feel at home in me and my choices. And I am choosing this coherence and this golden, liquid, honey, syrupy happiness flowing through my body. And you kind of seem to be the opposite of that, because you love chasing narcissists, or you love being put down. You love feeling like 1,000,000 pounds and you can't move and you gotta stay in bed all day. Whatever the things are, We're giving it all up to God, back to source, recycled into the void, infinite point of available energy, infinite recycling center, and we're giving it all back to the earth. Infinite recycling mother saying, yes, 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 recycle with me, yes, 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 because as we recycle and we don't get so stuck and dense and heavy, that's going to create a different story on earth. And if you think the earth isn't thriving and you're feeling bad about the state of things on earth, this is your access point. This is your portal of impact. So get on it. Thank you for showing up to these videos. And I assume if you're showing up to these videos, you're also watching a bunch of other energy moving videos on YouTube, which is excellent. And I imagine that you are asking yourself to come into more of a best friend relationship with your own breath. The lungs hold so much fear and grief, or they can. That is where grief and fear get stored. And the lungs surround the heart. Let's just take some really deep breaths and just gently give permission to the lungs to really exhale. Really send it down into the earth. Or send it up if that feels easier. But you want to be plugged into both all the time, source and earth, not one or the other, because that's when you get clumsy and things start happening in your life to bring your attention to the fact that you are disconnected from one of those things. You need to be connected to both, plugged in. Yes. Right, we were taking deep breaths. It's feeling pretty complete. I mean, we could keep going. I'd love to pump. I'd love to see you having support, feeling support, have happiness pumping, throbbing, flowing through your field every moment of every freaking day. I hope you remember how to let that happen for you. How to say yes, yes, yes to life, to all the invisible, to support, to being held. Let yourself feel held by plugging into source, plugging into earth. You don't have to be like uber spiritual or dress different or talk different if you don't want to. But like, I am asking you, breathe into source with yourself. Breathe into the earth with yourself. Whether it's quiet or out loud, whether it's private or shared, let yourself have it. Let your heart be happy. Let your heart feel held in this synergistic relationship with, the mother and the father, the eternal caregivers that are available, that allow us to rewire any fucked up shit in our system. It really is simple at the center of everything. There is endless complications, complexity to focus on, to fixate on, trying to fix or feel frustrated with, or sometimes words come to mind. I'm like, I don't really know what that means. I don't want to say it. But this like self-flagellation is the word that's coming through. And it's just like, hurting ourselves, being really hard on ourselves. We can probably all relate to that in one way or another. And it's allowed to end. The heart is allowed to be happy. You're allowed to experience this lightness of being. Again, this golden, syrupy, honey, liquid goodness of the warm life force flowing all the way through you, which doesn't mean you don't encounter challenges or hardships, grief, and you gotta let all this stuff surface, and you gotta feel it to heal it, they say, and so may that golden flow be with you. May you feel your whole energy feel wrapped in golden energy now. Just gobbling up, dissolving fear of really being here now, of really being alive and thriving in your heart. Even if it's something you cannot remember knowing before, you have known it before. It is a safe place. It is a really comfortable place. We got to acclimatize, but really, what is more important on your to-do list? I do not know. But I'm really hungry, so I gotta go. You guys hungry?
Yes.
We're gonna have apple crisp for breakfast that I made last night. I hope your day is so delicious. So delicious. I hope your life is delicious. As usual, as always, my offerings are all listed in the description box below. I would love if you would like, comment, subscribe. Give me some golden emojis. Maybe that like honey pot emoji. Just want to see like thousands of those in the comments. That would be great. That would let me know that you're on board. We're here to amplify that feeling between us and for it to take over. That is in our realm of possibility. And I know it's intense to be so exquisitely sensitive, but may it soon become a golden honeypot experience for you, owning your exquisite sensitivity, playing with it, feeling nurtured and nourished by what's possible through your exquisite sensitivity. Okay, sealing this up. Triple golden infinity sign straight to your heart of hearts. All the way in there. We're going to do a golden infinity sign in the center of your psyche as well. Because I know big shifts in energy can feel destabilizing, but your authentic soul presence is the thing that's going to catch you. So no matter how much you feel like foundations are crumbling or you're free falling through eternal darkness or wherever you might be at or find yourself at in some moments, your beautiful, yummy soul essence is the thing that's going to catch you. And it is so strong and so soft at the same time. It's crazy beautiful. It's got you. And just to make sure everything's balanced, coherent, we'll seal the session into your sacral, lower belly,